Welcome to Baseball Card Illustrated, the channel where we discuss our national pastime, and it's illustrated with baseball cards. I'm Bronco, the PSA 11.
And I'm Kevin, demoted, I guess, to the Diamond 8 of clubs. It's going to be a while before I think I'm a Diamond King again.
And this is Through the Mail Thursday, where we send some of the cards of our cardboard heroes that we find on Sunday's Weekly Big Show in hopes of getting them back signed. And this week we have four, count them,
Four
cards. So let's get started here with former relief pitcher Jerry Reed, who sent back two.
Did you send off two?
I did.
Oh, wow. So 1990 score, and honestly, for the autograph collectors out there, this is a pretty decent card because of the clear design, that blue border that's there, the sort of simplicity of the card. It's actually a nice card for autograph purposes. And Jerry did the favor to you of signing it in blue. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it looks great, and we're trying to collect as many of these from that box that we bought. We opened some of the packs on a recent edition of Baseball Card Illustrated, and I think we're up to like, what, 9 or so of these cards, and we got a couple more today to go through, so we're doing pretty well there.
You got enough to field a team with a small bullpen and maybe even a bench guy.
So Jerry Reed.
Thank you, Jerry. That's fantastic.
I'm going to say the problem with having two of them, it takes too long to get them out off the field. Got to send the bullpen card for him.
Bullpen card for a relief pitcher. Why not?
So I know you have stories about this guy here, but before we get to that, just going to say Sid Bream here, he does charge $1 whole per autograph.
$1.
$1.
Is it for a cause? Does the dollar go to something?
I think it goes to a cause other than just himself.
Because Bream probably did all right in his major league career. I remember him signing for some money. This was before the money was obscene, but he probably did pretty well in his major league career.
How much of that money do you think he spent on knee replacement surgeries? Which will lead into the story here that I'm sure you're going to tell, and I cringe at every time I hear it.
Every time, yeah. This is a 1990 scorecard. He's probably not even 30 years old in this shot, and I still maintain that everything from probably the middle of the calf down or the thigh down is probably plastic at this point, because he ran like a 90-year-old man.
So Sid Bream, and this is where we're headed with this, as a person who was a fan of the Pirates during this era, and particularly the series in which they were involved with, scored the winning run in the 1992, I believe, right? 92?
That's correct.
NLCS Game 7, barely edging out a throw from Barry Bonds. At least I think he was safe. Actually, I thought he was out. Have you ever seen a definitive angle of that play to say that he got to the plate before being tagged?
I think you go to, because they show replays of it. This was late enough that they had several replays of it, good tight replays. And I think that you can't, the first one or two are close enough that you can't tell. But I think if you look at about the third shot, maybe the second replay basically, then I think he's in there. That may also be the optimism of someone who was living in Georgia at the time and thought that it was one of the great plays in history. Bream was at second base, bottom of the ninth. The Braves at the moment were trailing 2-1 to the Pirates with two outs, and Francisco Cabrera's at the plate. So if Cabrera makes an out, they lose, and he gets a base hit, and the first run is going to score when the ball lands, and then the second shot is Sid Bream rounding third, and it's almost laughable because he's rounding third in that Jake Taylor from Major League kind of way.
I'm going to say it wasn't slow motion, but you might think it was.
Yeah, like, wait, how is this real life play happening in slow motion? And it's like, Bream is going to get thrown out by 30 feet. Like, there's no way this happens. And then the distance between third and home feels like an hour and a half, but he makes it.
I was going to say, and I think if that play were to happen today, they'd probably have to stay with the call on the field.
Yeah,
and if they would have called him out, I think it would have probably been the same deal.
It was close enough that could be the case, but yeah, he was safe, and that was about all his legs could take for his career. So nice to see it. I was checking out the Bible verse. So a lot of the players, put their religion into the autographs. They'll sign with a Bible verse. This one says, "I have testimony weightier than that of John." So there's your John 5:36. I could make a joke about his legs being weightier, but I'll let you guys do that one.
That would be a rather hard-hitting joke.
Hey!
Speaking of hard-hitting,
it's
Mark Whiten.
Wait! and he signed it to someone named Aaron.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Yeah, so apparently some youngster named Aaron is going to get this Mark Whiten card. How about that?
I hope they don't miss their mail.
Could be a thing. Mark Whiten,
4 home run game.
4 home run game, his famous game, and that would have been early 90s as well. And that was before the home run proliferation in baseball. It's before players got magically bigger and started hitting more home runs.
They seem to get stronger at some point.
And having back acne and things like that. Mark Whiten did this before all that happened. I want to say that his 4-homer game was in 1992. So again, you have the stars of 1992 going in your life right now.
I'm gonna say, and talking about this 93. Okay, one of the things we had a couple 1990 scorecards. This comes from 1991, and one of the things that Score was known for doing was having different colored borders on their cards. And I'm gonna throw back 1990 here for a second if I can.
Yeah.
And you got Sid Bream here, and you got Jerry Reed here.
Red,
2
white,
different
and blue.
colors. Yeah, it works out, doesn't it?
How all-American is this?
And Score continued to do that in 1991, and they had done that before, I think 1990 and some other years. So just one of many things that they were known for. They certainly had some kind of famous cards during their era.
Yeah.
And this rookie prospect of Mark Whiten, probably not worth a whole heck of a lot, but I always liked him.
Good
Great
player.
nickname.
Yeah, hard-hitting Mark Whiten. I mean, that lends itself, And he was a good hitting outfielder. He was, never really a superstar, but for that one day, September 7th, 1993, he was as good as any. In fact, he also holds an MLB record for 12 runs batted in a single game.
That was the same game, right?
Same game, yeah.
And that was in Cincinnati, wasn't it?
As a matter of fact, it was.
Yeah, Riverfront Stadium.
Yep.
So we got that, and then we're going to go back with our final card here to 1990 with Kevin McReynolds.
Oh, man. And again, thank you to the players that do this, that understand that a black Sharpie is going to look weird against this backdrop. I think it's interesting. The players that kind of understand the beauty of what they're doing. There's an art form to this. So, Kevin McReynolds, thanks for signing that in blue on the blue backdrop there, the blue jersey at least. And, there's some blue also in the shot. So
I was going to say, and you kind of mentioned a little bit of thought with the color, and all of these autographs, they're actually really nice autographs too. This isn't, kind of a line here and maybe a loop here and maybe a line through something so that it kind of looks like a X or a treasure map or something.
Right.
Like you can make out actual letters here and what they're trying to write, as opposed to some of the messier things that have kind of evolved in the autograph world in recent years.
It is good to see that happen. That they're contributing, as you say, to the form there. Kevin McReynolds, Little Rock, Arkansas native.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah. So it's amazing to see too. All these years later, these guys they're still around, and obviously their playing days have been long done, but they still have a passion for the game, still doing things. In McReynolds' case, he also runs a commercial duck hunting club in Arkansas.
Does he really?
So apparently baseball and duck hunting.
Now, are they just getting out the old 8-bit Nintendo and the laser gun, or are they going out into the woods and trying to hit some things?
Can you picture out in the middle of the Arkansas woods, just out in the middle of nowhere, they're all wearing camo, but they've got that old gun from the Nintendo, and there's that that sound when the duck gets killed, and the dog popping up
out of the weeds.
That's awesome.
So there's more entertainment than you probably ever thought you could have with Kevin McReynolds, right? Anyway, I'd like to thank you for watching this edition of Through the Mail Thursday, and to the 4 players nice enough to answer their mail. Don't forget to learn English, unlike me here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and leave a comment down below. On behalf of Kevin McReynolds, hard-hitting Mark Whiten,
4-homer game,
piano-legged Sid, or I guess that'd be piano strapped to the back Sid Bream.
He is safe.
And double vision Jerry Reed.
There he is. Thank you, Jerry.
I'm Bronco, the PSA 11.
And I'm Kevin, the Diamond 7 of Hearts. I'm going backwards.
Yeah, you're going the wrong direction. So long, everybody. You've been watching the Baseball Card Illustrated channel.